This is a population historically written off by society.
Here at Drew is like their everything. This is their world.
We're only asking you to give our kids a chance. We are a unique program. We are a post-secondary program for all special education students who are moderately cognitively impaired, 55 full-scale IQ and lower. It is a simulated city environment inside the building, and then what we try to do is teach skills that can transfer to the real adult world.
The mission of Charles R. Drew Transition Center is just that, transition. To help our young adults who are 18 to 26 make the transition from Detroit Public School students to contributing members of the workforce and or the community.
We have a 3-acre farm. Our kids get fresh salads every day. They actually participate in growing the products, cultivating the products. They're learning now entrepreneurship from how to sell the products. We have a laundromat, we have a couple of apartments, we have a student-run store, we have a resale shop. So these are all the skills that will teach these kids what's necessary to help them increase their quality of life when they leave.
Well, there are several kinds of skills. We have a curriculum that has 3 major areas. One is occupational vocational, the next is self-care, and the third is personal and intercommunication skills.
Well, you know, my previous role as a transition specialist for the Detroit Public Schools enabled me to make a lot of connections. I networked well for the district. So we have strong partnerships with agencies who are the funders for these students. These people are housed in our building. That's why we're known as the one-stop support shop. What that means, a parent can come here to our parent network, which is the only one in the Detroit Public Schools that services kids with disabilities, and they can ask questions, and then when to get the help they need, they just need simply to take a couple steps, and we have support staff and agencies in our media room.
We have a staff that's constantly innovative. I make the example of one instructor who was a severely multiply impaired instructor, which means he had only about 8 or 9 kids in his classroom, and they were all in wheelchairs. While he was very good at that type of instruction, he showed the principal and myself a picture of a deck that he built on his house. I looked at the picture of the deck and said, congratulations, you're now the building trade teacher.
We send out about anywhere between 110 and 150 kids a day to work sites. Our kids go to Chili restaurants, DoubleTree Hotel, St. Regis, the hospitals downtown, Veterans, Carmanos. And what they do there is they learn various job skills, and then these skills enable them to be able to transfer the skills necessary once they do get out into the real world, so that going out to a job site is not a new approach, it's more continued development of their skills. We'll also house our project search programs, which are housed at the industries that we work with, Blue Cross Blue Shield. We have a classroom there, and we just added on DTE Energy. Yeah. They earn a certificate of completion, which is not recognized by the Michigan Department of Education. The only diploma recognized by Michigan Department of Ed is the Michigan Merit Exam Diploma. Our kids don't have the ability to do the calculus and physics and chemistry, etc. So what happens is when you go out to apply for a job, most of the jobs say, do you have a GED or a high school diploma? In that case, our kids have to answer no. They have a certificate of completion. Back in the day, I know when my dad came to this country, he didn't speak a word of English, but he was able to work because they had something called on-the-job training. And this is what our goal is here. And Detroit Public Schools actually hired 2 of our students 2 years ago to work in a kitchen. So you have 2 kids with a 50 full-scale IQ who earned a certificate of completion, who now have a benefit plan, a retirement plan, and earning a wage working at the kitchen at Drew. That's a hip, hip hooray for DPS.
Any life change requires a transition. Any personal loss or even personal gains, such as a lottery win, requires a transition. Any major lifestyle change, the adjustment that you make from one previous lifestyle to the next is termed transition.
They're able to learn the skills that they need to be successful out in society.
What we do is we try to prepare each individual student to live up to their potential. We do not compare students. What's possible and probable in terms of post-secondary life for one student may not be what's best for another student.
This is a population historically written off by society. The kids that they didn't think could make it, and it is a goal of the Charles Drew Transition Center to make sure they have opportunities to make it.